Hi, before I jump into the video, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Just a heads up, this review may contain spoilers for Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity. So if you don't want to get spoiled, I suggest you just skip and go to the later part of the video if you are interested in my final thoughts. I will leave the timestamp in the description below. So the spoiler starts. Spoilers alert. If you have already played Breath of the Wild, and you already know that this game is a prequel for the story of Breath of the Wild. Age of Calamity tells the story of the past 100 years when Calamity cannot attack Hyrule Castle in the start of Breath of the Wild. In order for him to survive his fatal wounds, he was put to slumber in the resurrection where you wake up after 100 years and realize that everyone you know has been killed and the war has been lost. The saddest part the realization is that all other 4 champions has been killed. Now, your ultimate goal is to defeat Calamity Ganon, liberate the Divine Beast, and in the process release the souls of the 4 dead champions. This is basically the premise of Breath of the Wild. Now, Age of Calamity, as what I have stated previously, tells the story behind what took place 100 years ago. At the start of the game, a cutscene indicates that Calamity Ganon have already been assassinated in Hyrule Castle. In an attempt to save its own life in some urgent situation, the mini guardian took the portal and had spells a bit back in time in which the war is still going now. The mini guardian, I'm talking here as the one who created over, and I am not really sure if the mini guardian itself is the one who created the portal or it just appeared there. Now this is where it gets confusing. If this game was indeed a prequel of Breath of the Wild, then why did the mini guardian travel back in time and wanted to change the outcome? Are they implying a new timeline state in the story, wherein they won the war and the champions have a different ending? Well, but we want to have prequel, right? If this is a different ending, right? Well, we'll know about that when you play the game. Your main goal in Age of Calamity is to win the war. Your missions are scattered around the map. Side quests are either to fight or to deliver item requirements, which are indicated as small hidden dots or icons all over the map. These side quests are either beat a certain number of enemies in a small period of time, or delivering ingredients to a certain person. Cooking is also utilized in a different way. You can cook before starting the mission, it will last the entire mission. For present and I haven't found all of them yet. They are well hidden and some of it requires you to figure out some kind of puzzle in order to get them to you. One particular Koro is the one in Gerudo Desert that needs to shoot a balloon and it's so fast. You have to figure out how to shoot it in time. Okay, fine. Yeah, and yes, you can train your team in the military camp because we all know that Age of Calamity, you are able to use many characters in the game, and leveling them up is so hard. So here, you can train your team in the military camp, which requires you to spend days. Equipment enhancement is also present in the game. You just have to go to the blacksmith shop and you can use all your spare weapons in one weapon, which adds damage and certain effects such as additional movement speed, defense, attack, elemental damage, and many more. Let's talk about the gameplay for Age of Calamity. It is indeed a Warriors game, but it is more than that. Go with Tecmo and Nintendo brilliantly smashed the Warriors gameplay and Breath of the Wild action in one. The combos are still present and button mashing can be exploited. As usual, however, the clever mixture of Sheeta Slate, runes, blurry attacks, and time slow dodging from Breath of the Wild gameplay is perfectly fused in the game. using the crayonies to freeze the water beneath the enemy to attack it on top, throwing bobs to damage its and stuns clusters of enemies, put enemies or objects on the seas to either damage them or to make things fly is a good addition. It's a good added strategy on a warrior's gameplay. You can be crafty on using similar attacks and defensive approaches. Bosses are not something you can just shut off with just button smashing. And should I have also added here your weapons of prey? And surprisingly, the boss fights are not easy. Just like what I mentioned, no 53 hours strategy fight again. Ribali gave me one hell of a fight on the second phase, since he stays afloat in the air and sending you arrow bombs. Well, Nintendo opting to use the Warriors gameplay is pretty much understandable. This is a war, and a Warriors gameplay suits a war-like story premise. In a war, you basically battle hordes of enemies, so I can really see why they spot. The graphics are also very much Breath of the Wild. There are some FPS drops, especially in the demo. However, it is not game-breaking. If you are someone that don't like FPS drops, well, that might happen a lot in game, especially in places with massive number of mobs. There is a day one patch to address this problem and make it better. However, but it still happens. The battle is seamless and the cutscenes are great. The side quests are kind of repetitive and irrelevant to the story, and every other Musou games, enemies might be a lot weaker. But they are generally weaker and have poor AI. If you really love Breath of the Wild, there is no reason not to get Age of Calamity. It really opens up the story. The story gives you more in-depth look with characters. We all know that Breath of the Wild had a lackluster by just telling the Lord context while in Age of Calamity, it uses the visuals of cutscenes and battle missions in the story. The playstyle for each character is unique as well. It's unique with each other. You can really choose which one you should play with, or the one that you will use often. Urbosa is my favorite since all her moves are my playstyle, and the charging and unleashing electricity mechanics, which is so fun to use. The action and fighting mechanics are well made and well thought. The story is well written, and there is an added that is not present in Breath of the Wild. Well, the biggest question here, like what I have mentioned previously, that we need to understand is Age of Calamity is really a prequel or just another iteration of a time split. This is what you really need to find out in the game, and if you really love the Zelda lore. It might be a warrior Musou game, however, this is more than that. This is more like Breath of the Wild in so many ways. So did you like this video? If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment below. Subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. Until next time, bye!